Hi, cast and crew from the stage! Welcome to today's training, Money Talk for the Pros. So we've talked about how to approach money, attendance, and social media if you're just teaching for the fun of it, for the joy of it. We've talked about it if you want to make some sushi money, some little extra cash at the end of the month. And today we're going to talk about going pro, right? Maybe you're teaching 10 or more than 10 classes per week, or you own your own studio, or like this is your main thing, right? This is how you make your money. So if you're in the pro of doing this pro, we're gonna talk a lot about how you approach all of these things, because you approach your business differently. Yes, it's fun. Yes, you're in love with it, but costs are higher, which means that there's more at stake. So we're gonna talk about money and how to make more money. We're gonna talk about some pricing models. So, we're gonna talk about some money. We're gonna talk about attendance, because attendance directly affects money. And we're gonna talk about social media, because social media affects attendance, which affects money. So it's all very related. So we're gonna talk about that. If you are excited, let me know. So anyway, that's what we're gonna talk about today. For those of you who are new to the stage, welcome to the stage. Everyone here at the stage is cast and crew. So you are now officially a crew member, so yes. My name is Jessica. I am the host and creator of the stage. This is a group dedicated for fitness instructors. So whether you teach group fitness or personal training or any type of fitness, this is a group dedicated to you and dedicated to teach you more about social media. Facebook's my jam. And I'm here to tell you more about how to use Facebook in a more efficient way so that you can rock your classes. Yes. You might notice, if you followed any of my videos, you know that I like to do my videos from home, from my kitchen in Dallas. This is not my home, this is not my kitchen, and this is not Dallas. I'm actually at my sister's apartment in El Paso. So, this is a bachelor pad for a lady. So, I'm over here in her bachelor pad, and it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful seeing family. I haven't seen this much of my family since COVID, so I've been here for weeks. I guest taught at a gym yesterday, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's messing my whole schedule, my eating schedule, my sleeping schedule, my posting schedule. It's all messed up. But I'm super happy and just very much relaxed. And I don't know, can you see the relaxedness in my face? It's so nice to see family again and to just breathe. So I'm taking that in. The kids have been with the grandma, with the grandpas, with the uncles, with me, with the like. It's been fantastic, and we still have a couple more weeks to go. I have one more week, so I'm super excited to be here. Let me know what are your plans for the summer, and whether you've seen your family after this whole COVID situation. I want to know if you've already seen them, if you're going to see them, and then how much time are you going to spend with them, right? Is it going to be like a day or two type thing, or like a whole week, or are you more like me where it's like 3 or 4 weeks with the in-laws, 3 or 4 weeks with your parents? I want to know, because this has been a very unique situation with COVID, and we're all trying to get back into the rhythm of things. So it's been wonderful being in family. Okay, so let's talk about money. So first of all, when I started teaching group fitness, I've been teaching for forever. I've been teaching dance for more than 20 years. But when I started teaching group fitness, I started teaching it just for the fun, because I had back-to-back babies and I just wanted to get back in the game, and I wanted to get back to teaching, and I wanted to get back in shape. So I didn't care who showed up in my class, if I was making money, and like Facebook was not even a thing for me, right? But then I moved into, I want to make sushi money, mainly because I wanted to go to Florida to the Zumba convention, and that requires a plane. So now I was interested in, okay, I need to make money. To make money, I need more people or more classes. And to have more people or more classes, I need people to know that I teach and that I have classes. So I need to spread the word, so I need social media. So that's kind of when I started using Facebook in a more purposeful way, right? Before that, it was just like, oh, baby pics. It was just baby pics. But then when I moved into sushi money, it was like, okay, I want to make plain money. So, okay, let's rethink about this. And I had to shift
the way that I approached my teaching, why I was teaching, and what I wanted to get out of it. Then, and that was kind of going on well for a couple of times. I was using Facebook, just kind of, you know, baby pics, and by the way, I'm teaching a class. It was sort of kind of like that. But then we had, my husband and I, we had the talk. This is the dreaded, when are you going to get back to work? Talk. When are you going to make real money? Talk. And I was like, no, I'm having so much fun. At the time, we'll still do it. My husbands are the main breadwinner. So it didn't matter if I was making money or not because we were living off of his salary. But it was starting to be too much, right? He was working himself like a dog. Like he worked himself so much. He ended in the hospital, guys, right? So the fact that he's asking me to support him, I have 2 bachelors, one in dance, one in accounting. I've worked in accounting before. So I can go and like produce money and get a part-time job as an accountant somewhere, right? So I have the capacity to do that. I wasn't doing that because I had back-to-back babies and we have no family in town, so my salary would go directly to childcare. So it kind of didn't make sense. But he ended up in the hospital because he was working so dang hard. So we had the talk and he was like, I can continue doing this, but I can't do it forever. So he's like, it has to, like at some point, I need you to help me and to support me. So the arrangement that we had was at that moment I had just delivered baby number 3. So it was like, ooh, it's kind of hard because, okay, baby number 3. So he's like, this is what we're going to do. When baby number 3 is old enough to go to school full time, so kinder, then that's the time that you please get a part-time job earning thousands of dollars so that I can switch jobs to something that is less stressful so that he doesn't end up in the hospital again. So it's a pretty reasonable, I was like, yes, okay. Baby number 3 was just born, so I had, 4 or 5 years before Kendra came along. So now, it wasn't even ZenCon or sushi money. Now I'm thinking, okay, so either I go pro or I go broke. So I have 4 years to make this work as a group fitness instructor or to do something in group fitness and with dance. That's where my passion is. Or I'll have to literally go back to an office to do cost accounting reports, payroll reports for somebody else, right? So now there was a goal, there was a purpose, there was a fire in me. And now I was like, okay, I know money, attendance, and social media are part of the equations. Let's bring that up a notch, right? And that's when I started looking at all these 3 subjects again with a different mindset because now I needed them to really provide a salary that would be comparable to a part-time accounting job, right? So now it's not just, $1,000 for a plane ticket or whatever. Now I needed serious money. So I needed to go pro or go broke. So if you have a similar story, let me know, share your story. What was the thing that like made you just go pro? Maybe it wasn't like so dramatic as me, or maybe it was just something that you really, really wanted to do. For the longest of time, I wanted my own dance studio. Back when I lived in Mexico, I had already picked out a space for the dance studio. I had a savings account. I was using my accounting money, saving it up so that I could open a dance studio. I had picked out the place. I was about to give the down payment for that place, and that's when we moved to the United States because the violence was so awful there that it was just not livable. So we had to move to the United States. And so it was just like, oh, like that was my dream, and I never got to have my studio because it was always like, okay, well, let's figure out how we live here in the United States, and let me teach a couple of classes here to, just get the lay of the land. And once I was starting to gain some confidence, we moved to Dallas. And I was like, okay, we'll do your studio thing in Dallas. But then in Dallas, I had a whole bunch of babies. So it was just like it never truly happened. So anyway, once after we had the talk, that's really when I had to shift gears into how am I going to make this work? I have a couple of years to make this work. Otherwise, I'll have to go back to an office and to work for somebody else.
And I don't know about you guys, cast and crew, let me know, but once you get involved in this world, and once you start making money by making other people happy, and once you start creating your own thing, your own business, your own career out of something that you truly love, it's really hard to let that go. It's like, ooh, because obviously if I teach that, if I go back to the office, I'll have to let go of this. Because with 3 babies, realistically, I'm not going to be able to work part-time in the mornings while the kids are at school and then teach a couple of classes at night and like not see my husband. So it is like realistically for me, the situation was it's either going to be accounting or make this work, right? So this is what I learned. So okay, so money, let's talk about money. Topic number 1, money. When you're in the sushi, you know, making money for sushi, when you're teaching for sushi money, hey, there we go. When you're teaching for sushi money, when it comes to money, really what you need to understand is the cost of business, right? How much does it cost to be a group fitness instructor, right? Whether you're teaching 2 classes or you're teaching 7 classes, how much does it cost? Because there is a cost involved. And you need to know what that cost is, and then you need to divide that into a monthly amount, and then you need to divide that into how many classes you're teaching or how many clients are paying you that month, so that you can make better business decisions as to, oh, I need to teach more classes to just meet the cost of business. I need to teach more classes so that I can exceed the cost of doing business and actually get paid for your work. Before that, you're not getting paid, okay? Before that, you're just doing it for fun. It's a hobby. Until you're making money after the cost of business, now you're getting paid, okay? So if you're in from the fun to sushi money, you're kind of going through that transition and you're figuring that out. If you're going pro, you definitely need to know what the cost of business is. And your cost of business most likely is going to be way higher than somebody who's just looking for sushi money. Right? Because you are teaching more classes, so you require, even if you're like not a studio owner, if you're just like teaching a whole bunch of classes, cost is higher because maybe you're teaching several formats. So you need to get trained in all these several formats. You need to maintain the certification for all these several formats. You probably have different fitness wear for all these different formats. You go through shoes a lot faster if you're teaching 15 classes a week than somebody who's teaching 2 classes a week. So you have more cost of that. You're driving to more places, right? So if you're teaching more, it's costing you more to teach. Now, if you're a studio owner or you're renting space, right? If you're renting space, then that cost is even higher because you're teaching all these classes. You have all the expenses that the group fitness instructors who teach a lot of formats, but who are at gyms, you have all those expenses plus you are renting a space to teach your classes. Right, so you have that additional thing, and maybe you are, yeah, so that's more. And if you are a studio owner, then your costs go even way up because now you're paying, now you have, you know, electricity, rent on a monthly basis. Maybe you have a secretary or somebody to help you in the front desk. Now those costs are even higher. Or if after COVID, you like rearrange your home and bought like new sound systems and new floors and things to do at your home, then that's also a bigger cost, right? So if you're going pro, you went all in. So you have higher cost. And if you have higher cost, then you definitely know that the cost of doing business is higher. So you must know, if you're a pro, you should know what's your cost of business. Same as the sushi money people. Everybody should know. If you're interested in making money, if you're just doing it for the fun, this doesn't apply to you. But if you're interested in making money, you first have to know what's the cost of doing business. Those who go pro have a higher cost, right? And once you go pro and you know that cost, you also have to have, very important, a bigger goal, right? When you're doing it for sushi, you just need to know the cost of business and you need to surpass it for, you know, just $100 extra a month. Like it really doesn't, the goal is not that, but the goal is to transition from a hobby into making some money, right? Or into at least breaking even. But when you're going pro, you need to have a higher goal. So you need to have that cost of business and you need to have a higher goal. Now that goal needs to be big. That goal needs to be a nice rounded number.
and there has to be meaning to that goal, right? So in my case, when I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pro, the whole idea of why I was going to go pro was college money. Because that was a conversation that my husband and I would have constantly, and we just couldn't figure out how we were going to pay for college tuition for all 3 kids with one salary. Like that was just like, we couldn't quite figure that one out. So it's like, okay, if you, me, right, if I go part-time teaching working in accounting, then I can be the solution to that problem, right? So for me, my big goal was college money. So it has meaning, right? So in your case, maybe you want to, I don't know, you want to earn money to pay for the extracurriculars for your kids, or private school for your kids, or you have this dream vacation that you've always wanted to go. You're like Disneyland, or you want to pay for your parents' retirement, or you want to give monthly to your parents something so that they can take care of themselves as well. Or what is the meaning? Why are you doing all of this, right? It can't be just, oh, I want to earn money. Why? Do you want to upgrade your house? Do you need a new car and you want to pay for your own car? Like, what is that higher meaning, right? So it has to have meaning. For me, it's college money. I went it the other way around. I went with meaning first and then the big round number. For you, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you think of a big round number and then you're like, oh, this is what I'm going to do with that big round number. Whenever I earn that, then I'll solve this problem. I'm going to do it for this reason. But I started with the reason first, right? So for me, the why I needed to do this was so that we could figure out college money for 3 kids. So that was my why. And then once I had my why, we got into the specifics of like, well, how much is college? How much, let's talk some numbers. What are we looking for? And we researched a whole bunch of like, you know, do you want to pay for college? I think it's like units or credits, or do we create a savings account, or do we pay by year? Do we pay by month? Do we do a big down payment and like that covers a year? And we went through the research of what college is supposed to be. We made a decision, and now I had a number, right? So it was either earn $3,000 and something a year or give a big down payment. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna make a big down payment, I wanna make a $10,000 down payment. So for me, my very first like big goal, and it's not that big, but for me it was coming from like sushi money to thinking I need to create $10,000 worth of not sales, but profit. So after the cost of business, I need to make $10,000 so that I can pay for one of my kids' college funds. So that was my big number. Now, maybe your big number is even bigger than that because you have bigger goals, right? And my goals have been changing and they get bigger as you see this, as I see my business grow. But maybe your business, your big goal, your big round number is $25,000 a year, right? You need that. I'm heading for that, by the way, because it's a part-time job thing. But maybe it's $25,000 a year. So you have to have a goal. This goal includes the cost of doing business, right? But we need a big round number. So if your big round number is, I want to make $25,000 a year, and you know it costs you $7,000 a year to run your business, well then the difference is going to be your profit. But have one big round number. Maybe it's $50,000 a year, right? Maybe it's $100,000 a year. Like, let me know, what is your big number? Forget about the how you're going to get there. When you're dreaming, when you're creating goals, you don't think about the how, you think about the what, okay? You think about the what and the why. So we need the what, how much, and the why you're gonna do that, yeah? Once you have that, now we can reverse engineer and see and work on the how. Now, a couple of things, which is why we're going to talk about pricing. Because group fitness, I do feel that there's so many pricing models out there, and I've seen some work, I've seen some not work, and I'm gonna give you right now the ones that I've seen work the best, okay? So first of all, I see a lot of instructors, or I hear or talk with a lot of instructors who say that, you know, those who are going pro, their business is being hurt by the instructors who are teaching for free.
And that is, you know, that's a big rift between instructors because the ones who are teaching you for free don't really care about money. They're like, hey, it's fine. But the ones who are doing it for pro are like, no, you're taking business away from me and I'm feeding my family, right? That's college money that I'm not getting, right? And it's affecting them directly. So this is the mind shift that I want you to do if you're going for pro. First of all, let them teach for free. You are professional. You don't talk bad about anyone, even if it affects their business, okay? That's professionalism. But number two, they are not your competition, okay? So they can do whatever they want because they are not your competition, yes? Now, the way that you differentiate yourself from the free instructors, from the instructors who are doing it for free, is not by lowering your prices. It is not by offering it for free. You let them do that. Here's your price point. You offer more value so that people can see that you're more valuable and can pay for that willingly. They're going to be happy to give you money because they see such a stark difference in value and in quality that for them, it makes sense. For the decision maker, for the student, for the client, it makes obvious sense to pay for you because they're gonna get so much more out of their experience, so much more out of that class, out of that personal training, out of that relationship versus the free classes, yeah? So you don't lower your prices, you increase your value. Now, if you don't know how to increase your value, you're like, okay, great concept, but like, what does that mean? Say value in the comments. We'll brainstorm some ideas on that because that can be a whole other training and it'll take me forever to say that. So say value, we'll talk in personal message and we'll brainstorm some ideas of what you can do to increase your value instead of decreasing your price, yeah? Now, price points. The most common thing that instructors do is offer the class passes, right? Pay $5 per class and that's it. Now, there's a problem with that model. And the problem is you're asking for your clients to pay for you every single class. And that's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for many instructors. I know that I had to start charging for stuff, I was really uncomfortable. It was just like, especially because I started doing it for free and then like I moved through that ladder and it was uncomfortable for me to understand my value and to charge for it, right? So maybe for you not so much because maybe you've been teaching for 30 years now or this is something that is not as taboo, but for those who are transitioning from sushi to pro, that's one of the uncomfortableness of going through that transition. But it's not only uncomfortable for some instructors, it's also uncomfortable for students. Because every time you ask your students, are you gonna come to class today? They have, the psychology of it is that they have to make a decision of, yes, I'm gonna go, no, I'm gonna go, do I want to spend this money, do I not? And let me tell you, it takes the same effort to sell a $5 class than a $50 whatever, okay? It's not the price that makes it or breaks it with the student or with the client. What makes it or break it is the value and the fact that they have to make those decisions, right? So if you can avoid making the client make those decisions on a class-by-class basis, there's a higher likelihood that you'll make more money and they will come to class more often, yes? So instead of going on a class-by-class model, shift to going on a per month model, right? So instead of offering 5 classes pass or 10 classes pass or 1 class pass, obviously you can still accept walk-ins and those are 1 pass, but your main business driver should be the monthly pass, right? So now, instead of, because you're just asking for their money now once a month instead of every class. So you're reducing that. And if you can make it automatic, which you can on people, and you can just tell them whenever you want me to stop, tell me to stop. Now you're even reducing even more decision making for that. And now you can focus on just delivering awesome value so that the decision that they have to make is just to not say cancel my thing. Instead of should I buy it again? 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 That's stressful for the client as well, right? So here's some examples. Let's say that you're aiming for, write this down because it's hard to, I kind of want to whiteboard right now. I'm talking about numbers, I want to whiteboard. Let's say that you're aiming at $25,000 a year, right? Like that would rock your world, that would change things. You're aiming at $25,000 per year, which means, let's reverse engineer, you need $2,000 per month on average, right? You need to earn $2,000 per month to get to your goal. Now to earn $2,000 per month and you're only offering $5 passes, right? $5 per class, and that's your model, whatever. Then you need 400, you need to sell 400 classes per month, right? In order for you to earn $2,000 per month. Now, 400 classes at $5 per month is difficult to wrap your head around, right? Maybe somebody bought you the 5-day class, the 5 passes or the 10 classes, which has a, you know, buy 4 classes, get the 5th one free, or buy 5 classes and get the 6th one free. But you don't know how many people are buying which class. So you can't really wrap your head, and 400 is such a big number. I mean, can you imagine every month they're just saying, okay, this week, you know, I had, you know, 20 students at $5. Okay, it's difficult to wrap your head around that. And you're constantly asking your clients to make those decisions. But if you move to a month-by-month model where it's like $30 per month, now you're bringing down, I have notes, now you need 66 monthly passes, right? You know that you need to sell 66 of those monthly passes to meet your goal. Maybe some months you sell more, maybe some months you sell less, but at the end of the year it levels out. But you know that you need to sell 66 of these 30 monthly passes, right? Now you can also, that 66 is such a better number than 400 classes, right? It's also easier to count. It's easier to move towards that goal. And that's if it's $30, right? If it's, you have a monthly pass that's $40 or $60. I know instructors who are charging $80 for their monthly passes, right? So then you need less clients, and now it's easier for you to make business decisions and to evaluate your business and say, ooh, I only sold 10 of these $30 passes. I'm way off my goal. Like, I need to step it up. I need to get proactive. I need to go out there and do stuff because I need 50 more people to buy this monthly pass, right? So it's a reality check for you as a business owner as to where you are and where you want to be. You can see that gap now, and you can start taking actions to make that gap smaller, right? Difficult to do if you're only doing on a class-by-class basis. Okay, so moving to monthly memberships is going to help you. It's going to help your business. Another thing that's going to help your business is going from monthly to 6 months, right? And creating these VIP packages where you say, you know, pay for 5 months and get the 6th month free, for example, right? And you can come up with all sorts of things, but let's go with that one to keep things simple. So let's continue with the $25,000 a year, which is $2,000. You need to earn $2,000 a month. And let's say that you want to do it all by just selling these unlimited 6-month passes, right? And you say, hey, you can do, you know, the monthly for $30, or if you pay for 5 months, which is $150, you get the 6th month free. And now, you know, now you only need 13 people to say yes to that. And you're earning money in the hundreds. Boom, right there, right? So it's easier to calculate, even if you only have like 5 clients with your 6 months and the rest of them are the monthly. It's easier to calculate at any point in time and say, well, how many clients do I have in monthly? How many clients do I have on the 6 pass? It's this. How many clients do I need to meet this month's goal, 2,000 goal? And now you can say, oh, I'm good. Okay. Or you're like, whew, I'm way off. I'm like, let's change something and move towards business. Yeah. So big recommendation is to go to the monthly, go to the 6-month model. You can still use class passes, but you know, the 1 class or buy 1, get 1 free type thing, but use those differently. That's not the bread and butter of your business. That's not how you make business. That's how you attract
new people, okay? This is your sample. This is how, you tell people, try the class. Or if you just want to try it, it's $5 to try the class. You can even do buy the first class, get the second class free, right? That's a really good model that's been working really well with instructors. So if you haven't tried that, give that a try. But that's your class passes, your one class passes. They're not your business model. You're not going to make a lot of money with that, right? Or if you are, you can make more money with the other model. But you're going to use them strategically. You're going to use that to attract people to try your class out. Once they love it, then you can say, awesome, well, you can do that, make the class pass more expensive, right? Like if you, no, forget what I said. I'm getting off track. I get so excited about these topics that I have like 5,000 million ideas at this time. Anyway, once they take your class and they fall in love and like this, yes, I want to do this again, then you offer the monthly pass. Less decisions, okay? The more that you, like, well, you can do the 10 class or the 20 class or the monthly pass or the 6 monthly class. That's too overwhelming for your clients. Remove the overwhelm. They don't want to think. Give them 2 options, right? There's the class pass, there's a monthly, or there's a 6 months. The end. Oh, I don't know. I'll just have another class pass next week. Fine. Sure. That works for them, right? But once they want to commit to you, then they'll have to commit to a full month. Now, there's a whole bunch we can get into detail about what those monthly passes can be, but the main idea, money, money, money here, is to move away from basing your business on a by-class model and to move to the monthlies and to the 6 months. Yeah. Now, let's talk about attendance, because attendance directly affects the money-making machine, right? If you don't have people, you don't have money. If you have more people, you have more money. Whatever it is that your model is, you need more people to make more money. So here's also a shift in mindset, right? When you're going from teaching for fun to teaching for sushi money, you do need to keep an eye out for attendance, because you're trying to, position yourself as a good instructor, position yourself in the eyes of students, in the eyes of new gyms to get hired. You want your hireability to go up. But when you're going pro, then you need to change the way that you approach your classes as well in your attendance. You are no longer in the business of fitness. You make people fit and happy and stressful and all that jazz, right? You make people fit, but you're no longer in the business of fitness. You're in the business of relationships, okay? Students will come to you, will be loyal to you, will go for those monthly passes, will go for the 6 months passes, will start paying in the hundreds of dollars to be with you once they understand the value of your relationship with them, okay? So attendance, it's no longer about, I want 500 people in my classes, or, it's no longer about value, about volume. It's about quality. It's about relationships, okay? So now you really want to pay attention to everybody's names. You want to pay attention to their lives. You want to be of a value to them, because that's the one that now you're in the business of relationships, right? So if you're doing teaching for fun and teaching for sushi money, it's more of like an employee dynamic, right? You go in, you can get away with going in, teaching your class, going out. Still get paid by the hour, or you get paid by whoever showed up, and you really don't care if you made a buck or if you lost money by teaching. Doesn't really matter, right? But you can still get away with it because your goals are not so big and there's not so much at stake. But if you're going pro, then you need to make everyone feel special, right? Because this is your business, because you are your business, and because now you're wanting to move. Everybody offers fitness. Not everybody offers relationship. That's how you can up your game with value. So think Beto, right? If you're in Zumba, I love Zumba, by the way. I teach 3 formats, Zumba, Aqua, and Cycle. But Zumba was the first one that got me into group fitness, so it's my first love. Anyway, let's say that, if you need to be Beto, right? You need to be those top zesses that when you go to their class, you feel them. You feel that relationship, and it doesn't go away with that class. Yeah, you're there for the fitness, but man, you stay, you follow. How much money have you given Zumba? How much money have you given your favorite format? You keep throwing money at your favorite format because you love how it makes you feel. Not the actual class. That's just kind of a bonus. But the environment, everything else, the fact that other people are going, the fact that other people are wearing the same thing, the fact that other people, we have the same type of language, right? There's that community, that culture, and you keep on throwing money at them happily. Yes, you need to do that with your students. Yeah, as Zumba, what they do is they don't really sell fitness. They sell fun. Yeah, they sell these close relationships, these communities of people all around the world. So you need to shift your focus when it comes to attendance to not just, oh, it's going to be a class. It's going to be a fitness class and you're going to sweat. That's a given. They need to sweat. They need to get a workout and that needs to be good. Okay, so that's a given. The extra value that you're adding to this is the fact that you're providing a community. Not many instructors know how to create community. So if you're going pro, that's one of the skills that you need to learn. You need to learn how to create a community environment with your attendants so that they'll have that loyalty and they'll keep throwing money at you happily because they love you and they want more of it. The way that you're throwing money to your formats because you love them, okay? Money is not evil. It's a way of people expressing that they want more of that. Yes? So increase that value, change your mindset from attendance. It's not just warm bodies that you want there. They don't have like little dollar signs. You want to create a community because you're no longer in the industry of fitness. You provide fitness, but you're in the industry of creating relationships. Yes? So you have to be way more proactive. Yes, if you're going pro, pros don't sit around and wait for students to come to their class. And wait for people to find them. If you're going pro, you need to go out there and be proactive and get in front of eyes and get uncomfortable, right? That was uncomfortable for me. Get uncomfortable, ask people to come to your classes, ask people to do this, learn the skills that you need to do to create that community, to get out there, to spread the word, right? Be proactive about it. And lastly is social media, because social media, okay, so if more people know, this is how we connect the dots. If more people know about your classes, then you have more people coming to your classes, then you have more money. Yes? So that's how it works. And the way to let more people know about your classes right now is social media, right? It used to be flyers and business cards. Word of mouth still works, by the way. Word of mouth is still great, but guess what? If somebody finds you on social media, word of mouth is like, oh, go check out this. And it's still, so social media is still ingrained in word of mouth. And social media is so big that even the big companies are recognizing that they need to have a strong social media presence to continue their marketing efforts. It's no longer just radio commercials or billboards or, a commercial on TV or an ad in a magazine. Everyone's jumping on social media. In fact, I just had a conversation with one of our crew members, and she was saying that she needed to up her marketing game. Like she rearranged her home. She has a home studio. She wants to bring people to her studio, and she's like, I don't know how to market myself. I don't know how do I do this? And she went to home office and she asked Zumba home office. She teaches Zumba. And she's like, Zumba home office, like, help me. How do I get the word out? Like, I don't know. I know how to teach it. I don't know how to bring people to the class. And Zumba home office, you know what the response was? Get on social media. You have to get on social media. That's where everyone is at. And that is where everyone will continue to be. Social media will only get bigger. So if you've been doing great without social media before, awesome. You're still going to have to evolve. If you're starting to use social media, awesome. Get really comfortable. Learn the things, learn the skills, because this is only going to get bigger. And even the bigger companies are recognizing that just with their billions of dollars in marketing, they still need to have a presence on social media, and they're still doing that, right? So you need to be where the eyes are. And eyes, it used to be the malls.
everybody would go to the malls, and that's where people were, and that were eyeballs. And that's why flyers would help, right? Or just standing there and telling people, or doing a little demo here or there, or dancing on the street, because that's where the eyes were. That's where the people were, right? Nowadays, everyone's on social media, not Facebook. Okay, so what do you have to do? Be on social media. Careful, because those who go pro are the most likely to make this terrible mistake, okay? The ones who go pro are the ones that I see fall into this trap. It's social media, not advertising media. Social media, whichever platform, is meant to be fun. It's meant to be social. It's not meant to be commercial forever. Your profile, your business page, everything about you should not be a commercial. If it is, it's going to create the exact opposite of what you want it to do. It scares people away, okay? So use social media, but use it to be social. Do not use it to be advertised media. Yep, so that's number one. Okay, so if you're going pro, using social media, that should be something that you should just like totally go for it. Now what? There's a whole bunch of platforms. Pick one. I don't care which one. It can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it can be Twitter, it can be email, it can be whatever comes next. Pick one platform and get good at that platform, okay? Use that platform as an extension of your business. You can use the other platforms to do whatever it is that you want, but you're gonna use one platform specifically as an extension of your business. This doesn't mean that you're going to advertise 100% on your platform. It means that you're going to use that space, right, as an extension of your business. And your business is you. You are the business, right? I am the business. So you're still going to share some personal stuff because it's not advertised media, right? You're still going to get personal, but you're going to get personal in a way so that your audience can know, like, and trust you, right? So that you build an audience that know, likes, and trusts you. So it's not about being 100% advertising. It's about using that platform 100% for your business. Do you see the difference? It's different, okay? You're using it for your business as an extension of your class. It doesn't mean that you're only doing it to talk about your business. You're still gonna be you. You're still gonna be authentic. You're still gonna get personal. You're still gonna be social, but you're gonna be very mindful about what you post and how you post. That's where the branding comes in, and the content comes in, and the topic comes in, what you share and what you don't. You stay away from certain taboo things, not because you know, oh, I don't wanna be negative. No, but because it's an extension of your business, right? So the way that you handle your classes professionally, right, and with your students, that's gonna spill over to that platform that you chose, right? So if you're not gonna talk about taboo things in your class, you're not gonna do that on your social media because it's an extension of that. You can do that on your other platforms, right? Fine, that's fine. But on the platform that you choose to do, to use it as your business tool, you're not, okay? It's just like your class. This is pretend the platform is just like the chit chat before class or after class. It's part of your class. It's part of your business. It's part of you. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna use that platform. Which platform doesn't really matter. They're all fabulous. Facebook is fabulous. Instagram is fabulous. Email is fabulous. They're all fabulous. They all work. The problem is that a lot of instructors don't know how to work it, right? And I get this all the time. They're like, but it doesn't work. And once you learn how to work it, now you start seeing some results. So whichever platform you choose, learn about that platform. There's tons of people teaching how to use these platforms more efficiently. YouTube, I knew I had a big one that I forgot. YouTube is another big one, right? I specialize in Facebook, but I don't care if you don't learn it from me. But if you're going pro and you're gonna use social media and you're gonna choose Facebook, get good at Facebook. Find somebody who knows the ins and outs and learn from that, right? Get into that webinar, get into that course, take all the trainings because this is how you get in front of more eyes. This is how you build your online audience. And if you have more online audience, then more people will be able to come to your class. And if more people come to your class, then you meet your 25,000 per year goal. Do you see how it all comes together? It relates. You don't have to learn it from me. I just want you to learn it because that's going to rock your business. Yes? So let me know if this video was valuable. And I wish I could have made it live. It did not happen today, but I still miss you guys so much. And let me know if this was valuable. Click a like, give me a heart, let me know. I'm super excited about next week. Next week, there's gonna be an announcement, something that I've never done at the stage. And I'm really excited because I know it's going to help you rock your business. It's going to help you double your classes. It's going to help you triple your virtual classes. It's going to help you get hired. It's going to help you make more money on the side. And so I'm super excited because I've seen this work before and I can't wait to make it happen for you. But you have to make the decision. So super excited about next week's announcement and have a wonderful day. Enjoy your summer, and I'll see you on the next one.